How's it going? Welcome back to another special video with your host, The Savior. Today we're going to be taking a look at maybe the last single player Fallout game that we're ever going to get. And that's kind of depressing to say, I'm not going to lie, I hope that's not the case. But looking at what's happening with single player RPGs from, beloved studios that we used to have, like BioWare, Obsidian, and also, of course, Bethesda, it's not looking that hopeful that we're ever going to return to the golden age of that, amazing writing staff at Fallout New Vegas and the previous older Fallout games like 1 and 2, and even something like Fallout 3 when it was first emerging and we didn't have all of this extra external pressures onto the gaming industry like we do now with the AAA industry. Who knows if we're ever going to get a proper Fallout 5. I'm sure we will see it at some point, but it won't be probably what we want, which is quite sad to say. So that's why I'm taking a look at Fallout 4 in 2025. I'm going to be giving you a Fallout 4 2025 review because this is it for probably a long time, probably until I'm a goddamn middle-aged man.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
We know on record that Todd is working on it, but that's not until after Elder Scrolls 6. So it's going to be a long time before we see, an official single-player Fallout game. And I know that Bethesda are putting all of their money and their time and attention basically into Fallout 76 as their main Fallout IP. And yeah, we might be getting a remaster at some point, which I really hope to God does happen. But I'm not really holding out much hope. So today I'm giving you a special Fallout 4 2025 review, looking at this game, what's actually happened with it, talk about the updates and the next gen update, what that was all about. Todd Howard has gone on record to say that we're probably not going to get anything linked with the Fallout TV show. It's just a good way to funnel more marketing into Fallout 76.
We really do push the technology, so you may need to upgrade your PC for this game, but it's got a lot of great stuff going on in it, and the fans are responding awesome.
You can't keep getting away with this!
As much as everyone dunks on him, it will be a sad day when he is no longer with us, even though he is the meme god of, sweet little lies. I do think that we kind of are running slowly out of time for there to be, we're not going to get, let's just say, what we had before, where we had Fallout 3 and then Fallout New Vegas straight away after it. That's just not going to happen anymore because the industry just takes so long to create games, which is kind of ridiculous. So I'm using this video to basically talk about Fallout 4, give you an up-to-date review on it, and also talk about the state of Fallout. So one way to keep Fallout 4 alive in 2025 is of course by using mods, okay? Mods. Fallout 4 mods in 2025 are just, still breathtaking, are still surprising me to this day, because you can make this game truly a unique experience. You can turn it into old school Fallout, make it very bleak, or you can turn it into a modern first-person shooter like you're seeing here in this footage. It's really up to you how you want to play this game. But what sadly cannot be changed with Fallout 4, and the reason why it's not my favorite Fallout game, it's just the most modern one, the most accessible, because it's even difficult to get Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas running on a new PC, which is ridiculous because Bethesda are not very good at optimizing their games. You can't change the fact that the RPG mechanics are lacking in Fallout 4, but it does get the Fallout aesthetic, the tone, the, wandering gameplay that Bethesda used to be known for, still, 100% intact, and you can make it even better by the use of mods. So if you are looking for a fresh playthrough with Fallout 4 in 2025, I highly recommend you do use mods to completely transform the experience. And it's the same thing with these add-ons that we're getting with Fallout, like Fallout London. That was a completely transformative experience with Fallout 4. But sadly, what hasn't changed is the optimization of the next-gen update. And I'm still very, very annoyed at how incompetent Bethesda seems to be at their next-gen update. It's still broken pretty much with a lot of mods on console and on PC, and you still have to, fiddle around with it. It's got a lot better with patches and stuff like that, but still a lot of mods just simply do not work, and it's just absolutely insane to me that they are basically relying on their old games at this point to make them money, because no one's playing Starfield that much, let's be honest. and they just aren't supporting them properly. And in fact, they make the games worse with updates like the next gen update, which literally did nothing, just made the game unstable with mods. And that still hasn't been fixed in 2025. It's got better, but it has not been fixed, so I do need to make that clear. So if you're looking to play Fallout 4 in 2025, make sure that you get compatible mods, or you simply just don't get the next gen update, because it wouldn't even work with Fallout London, which is saying something. So yeah, that might have been deliberate, who knows.
You can't keep getting away with this!
Now, if you do enjoy this Fallout 4 2025 review, and you're not a Wise One, I don't know what you're doing right now, join this fantastic community, become a Wise One today, don't be like the 99% of dum-dums, become a Wise One, let's analyze some games, join this community, subscribe to the channel right now. It would be an honor to have you join us, and let's get on with the video. And speaking of Fallout love, if you are a massive fan of Fallout games like I am, then check out Instant Gaming, because basically you can get some crazy deals, jump into these older games, start modifying them, or just playing them fresh from the get-go and save a bunch of money by using Instant Gaming. Okay, so here we are, my wise ones, in Instant Gaming, the best goddamn game marketplace, I've got to be honest. I'm just so honored to be partnered with Instant Gaming. It really does mean a lot for my channel and the Wise One community, and it's just something to really give back to you guys, for community as well, because honestly, like, you can get so much just savings on Instant Gaming. Like, I wish I knew about this sooner before they contacted me, because I could have saved a lot of money. But say, for example, you want to buy Fallout 4. Here, you can get it for only £4.21 because of a 75% sale on Steam directly. And this is the standard edition. If you wanted the Game of the Year edition, then it's only £8.26. 75% off, which is pretty insane stuff. Now, the thing I love about Instant Gaming is you never have to worry about it not working, the key being, you know, some kind of weird grey key. It's not like other grey marketplaces, because they get them directly sourced from the authorized resellers, so you can always rest assured that, you know, Instant Gaming actually will give you the goods. And I just love the sleek design of Instant Gaming. I'm still not going to get over that fact that it's just so smooth to use, it's just very easy to understand, and you know, they've got all of the new stuff as well, like Avowed, you know, discounts on, you know, like Ready or Not, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, a very hot game at the moment. You can get close to 20% off, 19% off, and with newer games in particular, you can never really guarantee you're going to get, you know, your money's worth if the game is going to be truly good or not. But, you know, with Instant Gaming, you can even just get pre-orders directly with already a massive discount, which is pretty crazy. So, you know, you can save money on the new Assassin's Creed compared to, you know, getting it directly pre-ordered. You can save money by using Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming is just so streamlined, and it really makes you feel a part of the community, because, you know, you can see things like reviews clearly laid out by the gaming community themselves. Also, if you're having any issues, just reach out to customer support. They're super transparent and really, you know, just like a good responsive service. I really can't recommend it enough. At that point, you know what you're getting, and I just love it because it doesn't just fulfill my needs for games, it fulfills my needs for subscriptions. You know, I've seen a lot of people use Game Pass, some of the wise ones already. Thank you so much for using my link and actually buying Game Pass, because that you can get a massive sale on that as well. So it's just crazy stuff. So if you want a Bethesda game, or any game really, use Instant Gaming and use my code in the pinned comment, and I hope it helps you guys out, for wise ones, something to give back. And yeah, just use it and enjoy.
We'll never change.
Gameplay of Fallout 4. It's an old game at this point. We all know what Fallout 4 is, but there are some, great quality overhaul mods that do change up the gameplay. You can make it much more of that original Fallout experience with original dialogue, more skill checks, changing the art style and the graphics. That's what's special about older Bethesda games, and something that's missing with Starfield to a degree is the fact that you can literally just transform these games into whatever you can literally transform these games into whatever you want them to be. And Fallout 4 is the only really solid game that still works on modern hardware, which is kind of crazy to say. If you've never played Fallout 4 and you're thinking about giving it a chance after watching the show or something in 2025, then basically all you need to know is it's basically Fallout Light. It's got great exploration, it's got good gear, and it's basically a looter shooter Fallout edition, okay? There are choices to be made, there are factions, and the writing in the game is actually quite solid. It just doesn't give you the full range of dynamic choices of a proper old school RPG like the original Fallout games or New Vegas. That's why a lot of people are a little bit sour on it, but it is still probably one of Bethesda's best games, and you can't really get that Fallout aesthetic, that Fallout ambience and just the atmosphere. That's what makes these games so special. It's such a unique blend of sci-fi. The lore of Fallout is what makes this so compelling, and I think it just goes to show you how compelling Fallout is, because the TV show is massively successful just because the IP itself, the world of Fallout, is so interesting. The idea of this nuclear future, which is quite parallel to our own, the futuristic technology, the fact that the transistor wasn't invented, these mega corporations that are literally, in control of the government, very similar to what's going on right now in America, and the birth of a technocracy and all that kind of stuff, the idea of the Vault and human experimentation. Fallout has so much stuff. That's why Fallout has so many cool ideas. That's why I love Fallout so much, and honestly, we just don't get to see that in any other sci-fi. So I highly recommend that you do play Fallout 4. And if you're running on PC, you can make this game absolutely stunning now, because they have come out with, these overhauled texture packs officially by Bethesda as well, and you can make this game look truly next gen. Now, I do hope you are enjoying this Fallout 4 2025 review as we take a look back, a retrospective of Fallout 4. I will be doing the other Fallout games at some point during this year as well. I've already done one on New Vegas, so go check it out. For some reason, it didn't really do well. I was experimenting with that video, talking more about the kind of themes and analytical nature of the series, so maybe that's why. Also, I've done a full philosophical breakdown of all of the Fallout factions, because yes, I'm that insane and I love Fallout that much, so go check that out as well. I'll leave it linked in the card thing and at the end of the video. But Fallout 4 is just such a special game, because even though it doesn't have the RPG mechanics that I want from a Fallout game, it doesn't have the morality choices that I'm really looking for in a Fallout game, where it really says something about you, the player, and you really have to introspectively look at your morality and your decisions, all that kind of stuff. What Fallout 4 does still have in spades, if you ask me, just as good as 76, if not better. And like I said, you can tweak it with mods. I do highly recommend mods, Fallout 4 mods in 2025, because it does truly make the gameplay a lot smoother, a lot better, and you can tweak the difficulty. But the gunplay in Fallout 4 is still the best in all of the Fallout, series. That is still a lot of fun. Like I said, the tiered loot is good. I do like the armor system of having to layer your armor and stuff like that. The settlement system, I'm still not a fan of. It just doesn't grip me. But if you are a fan of, building up your own little community and all that kind of stuff, then Fallout 4 is the only Fallout game really to do that properly in a single player, way, in which you can really create your own community. And like I said, you can really transform the wasteland into a massive city builder if you want, with the use of mods. So what makes Fallout 4 a good game in 2025 is the fact that it's a sandbox game at this point. It's a game in which you can customize it and tweak it. Vanilla Fallout 4, on the other hand, is still a good game because it's the most immersive, depiction of the Fallout universe. It's got that unique Bethesda discovery gameplay in it, still intact, wandering from one place, getting distracted. The quests might not be as interesting, but the discovery nature of it is a lot of fun in Fallout 4. So the base Fallout 4 is still good, but then it's the sandbox nature of what Fallout 4 is today, which I think is great. And with the use of, overhaul mods like Wabberjack and stuff like that, you can literally transform this game into something completely unique. I myself have never really gotten the hang of it because it's very finicky. I have modded my own stuff. I did it the old school way. I'm not used to this new version, but yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff. Now, with my yearly reviews, I like to do a bit of philosophical analysis with my yearly reviews of the game I'm covering, because I do cover philosophy videos and gaming and combine the two. But Fallout 4 is quite interesting to me with its themes and the story of it, because it does ask questions that the other Fallout games didn't really deal with. Do go check out my full video on all of the factions if you want. But basically, Fallout 4 deals with the kind of questions of identity and the questions of free will. And although the writing is nowhere near as good as something like in Fallout New Vegas, it still does a pretty decent job of asking, the question of humanity and the synths and the idea of, if memories create our identity fully, or if there's like a persona underneath it all, or if free will even exists at all or not, which is quite interesting. I just think the synth thing was kind of handled poorly with the decisions like the Institute and if you can join them or not. I wish they kind of delved into that faction a little bit more, but it was kind of quite clear that they're the bad guys in Fallout 4, and it's the morally grey that's kind of missing in Fallout 4. Instead of, letting you decide, it kind of does tell you that the Institute is bad and all that kind of stuff. I do think it does ask some interesting questions, because especially now in this current day and age where we are literally on the cusp of an AI takeover, basically the Industrial Revolution 2.0, if you will, I think these questions are even more valid than ever, because what is consciousness? Are these synths conscious? Are super mutants? Are they, do their lives, super mutant lives matter? All of this kind of stuff, but especially with the synth stuff, because like I said, that is parallel to what's going on right now with AI and stuff like that. And it's my personal belief that, the synths are conscious in Fallout 4, but it's my belief that consciousness is basically something material that taps into the immaterial, the metaphysical, and the ideas and thoughts that we have, they all come from the metaphysical realm of consciousness, the universal state of consciousness, and we simply tap into that. Basically, Plato's ideas of perfect forms, the ideas themselves manifest into conscious thought. And a lot of people would argue that the synths aren't conscious simply because they are simple robots and they've been constructed to emulate consciousness, but they're just a simple manifestation of human design, and they're just processing code. But there's quite a clear difference in the Fallout 4 in-game universe between synths and, say, the Robco robots and stuff like that. So Fallout 4 has interesting themes, it just never really delves into them, and that's really the problem with Fallout 4 if you ask me. But the story is enough to get you interested in the game, and if you just don't care about that stuff in Fallout, which I understand everyone comes to it for different things, if you like a good game with shooting mechanics, it's also got the survival kind of DLC update that they added to it, which you can play in 2025 to make it much more of a hardcore experience where you have to manage your sleep, your hunger, your thirst, all that stuff. There's many ways to play this game. It's just not a very deep role-playing game, even if it does have interesting themes. The actual core gameplay is quite basic, of just going from one location to the next, discovering something new, getting loot, and completing missions and quests in general, like side missions, deciding to join factions or not. But they never really have big changes in the gameplay. It's usually very fetch quests and stuff like that, but some of them are really interesting and unique, and some of the characters in Fallout 4 are still some of the best in gaming, like Nick Valentine and stuff like that. So there is a lot here, and that's why I still do think Fallout 4 in 2025 is worth playing. So in conclusion, Fallout 4, is it worth playing in 2025? Is it still worth it in 2025? I would say that Fallout 4 is, because it has become that sandbox experience in which you can tweak it, especially with mods. The base game, like I said, you have different ways to play it with the survival mode, with just base Fallout 4, now with the, you know, added texture pack for PC and stuff like that, and better FPS on consoles. But it still has a lot of negatives. Like I said, it's not a deep role-playing game in the Fallout series, and also the fact that the next gen update still is kind of broken and still does have some bugs, although the FPS issues have been fixed this year, but they still are not compatible with some mods and stuff like that. So all in all, I would still say this is probably the best Fallout experience, a single player pure Fallout experience. And if you're like me and you're a massive passionate fan of the series, that's pretty much the only modern Fallout game that we can have for a very long time, except 76. That's why I wanted to do this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new, like I said, make sure you subscribe. Consider dropping a small donation to support my independent show, or by just using my link on Instant Gaming for any game, or for Fallout or Bethesda games in general, because you can get massive discount and it will help support the show. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day and peace out.